Welcome to the Platinum Pinfall 1, 2, 3. This is for January 12th, 2022, and it's going out first on my Patreon, and then after a couple of days, I'll make it available to the general public. I noticed that a bunch of people signed up for Patreon yesterday. Super exciting, super cool. Let's get super to it. So our first story, it's about MLW, Major League Wrestling, run by Court Bauer, trying to make headway, trying to make waves. Recently, they've re-upped Logan Creed, a.k.a. Mads Kruger, for a multi-year deal. They re-signed Hammerstone to a deal. They signed Davey Richards to a deal. So obviously they're coming for it. They're in it to win it. They had that one show on Vice, right? The big match between Jacob Fatu and Alexander Hammerstone, which I covered live as it was happening. But MLW has filed a lawsuit against the WWE. Now, people are going to have all kinds of opinions about this. I'll just say that I don't know the legal ramifications, except for the fact that if it manages to take hold and become a thing, it could be a big deal. What are they suing about? The long and short of it is that the WWE practices unfair business practices in order to hurt their competition. That doesn't mean that they have a monopoly. It does mean, however, that they're using tactics that they are not supposed to, that are indeed illegal, in order to blunt their competition. Something that MLW cited specifically was Vince McMahon apparently being upset at Vice for transmitting that program and basically implying that he wouldn't do business with them and that kind of thing. Now, I'm not going to sit here and pretend I know what's correct and what's not correct as far as the legal stuff goes, but I do think it's significant, and I do think it's a strong indication that WWE is not seen as untouchable any longer, even by much smaller groups. So I'm sure there'll be much more about that story later on. Speaking of the WWE, our next story is about... I gotta cover these lovely... Yeah, we'll do that. NXT! What does that mean? What changes have taken place? They're significant. And this is a story that I haven't seen around all that much, which surprises me because it's huge. NXT used to operate under a certain level of autonomy. They weren't their writing staff. By the way, they got rid of a bunch of their creative. And now the people that they do have to answer to that John Laurinaitis, Bruce Pritchard crew, just like SmackDown writers, just like Raw writers. So people always said, the Triple H era is over, the black and gold era is over. It's over because of this and it's over because of that. Folks, once you take away their creative autonomy, that is the official death of the black and gold or the Triple H era or whatever you want to call it for NXT. It does not bode well. And our last story, it says, I guess you could call it a fluff piece. Or maybe you could call it a fluffer piece. What the hell does that mean? Hook, who has garnered quite a bit of attention with AEW, the fact that this was a story, that this kid is out in New York City at a strip club, partying it up, and all that kind of good stuff. The fact that that's noteworthy enough to hit any kind of news cycle is amazing to me for two reasons. One, it means AEW is for real. It means Hook is for real, right? And two, young single guy with a little bit of money goes to a strip club and has fun, but he was with some celebrities as well. Pretty hilarious. Congratulations on enjoying your young life, Hook. I don't know what else to say. I guess Hook, in a lot of ways, is a throwback kind of wrestler. Doesn't look like that he's playing video games to me. Wait, what are you talking about? Oh, you want to see a few seconds of Hook with a stripper? That's how we're going to close out the Platinum Pinfall. We'll see you tomorrow. 1, 2, 3. Have a good night. Because we already know Hook is going to. Show him, Hook.